Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of You're Not My Type Bro, a show where we talk about politics, social issues, relationships. And as we are based here in sunny Los Angeles, California, we are here to discuss celebrity gossip, celebrity news, entertainment news. We're here to discuss Marko and all the shit that he gets up to.
I love talking about me.
And if you got, yeah, we know.
At least I'm honest about it.
That's true, very true. And if you guys notice, we have a brand new setting, which we are really excited about. We finally got ourselves in a nice studio space.
Yeah, it looks great.
And we're just hoping that we're just so happy that you guys have stuck with us, and we're rolling with the punches, and we're moving along.
It's really on now. And by the way, we got to spend a few seconds on this. I mean, how great does this background look? This looks
I
really
mean,
awesome.
it's
Right?
It's
I mean,
cool.
I'm looking at the monitor. We even have a monitor. We're so fancy now, right? But doesn't this look great?
Now listen, I'm a dog person. I'm not a cat person. And
Okay,
everywhere I look around
over.
here, everywhere I look, I see like cats in like, what is this, like
How do you
tutor?
not
Like,
cats.
I mean, look, I'm an animal lover.
How do you not like cats? You don't even. See, that's racist, man. I'm offended.
It's not racist.
I finally have a reason to be offended.
Listen, I'm an animal lover. I love animals. If I had to choose between a dog and a cat, I would choose a dog. Cats are very aloof. Like, I don't know. There's just something about cats. I love a kitten. I love a kitten.
Such a confused individual.
I'm very confused.
I love you for it. But anyway,
I'll really
go
be
on.
confused by the fact that I'm here.
You know
That's
what?
why I'm really confused.
Okay, I want to know from you, cats or dogs?
Yeah.
That's a cats. I like cats. You know, people that love dogs just don't get cats because you have to earn cats' love. With dogs, they just give it to you for free.
Well, when I'm feeding you and housing you and taking care of your vet bills, you're gonna show me some love, okay?
Fair enough.
Right? All right, guys, we're just gonna kick it into high gear with one of my favorite segments, and hopefully yours, Cocktails and Complaints. Cheers.
You know what I love? We got to let them know. It's somewhere mid-afternoon. Well, it's 5:00 somewhere.
Yeah,
and
that's
we're
true.
drinking a gin and tonic. That's the way to start a new show and new beginnings with a new fancy studio. But I tell you, gin and no, it's vodka tonic. It's not even gin. I use Grey Goose. That's the funny.
I don't care what it is. I'm having a sip.
All right, this
That's
is
great.
a good show now. I love it.
All right, so now that I'm a little loosey-goosey,
Yeah.
I'm going to start with my complaint.
Okay.
And this actually happened within the last couple weeks. I was at home in the morning. I had gotten up, had my oatmeal and everything, and I get a phone call, and it's Peyton,
His husband,
my husband, and he's got
fiance, husband, boyfriend.
he's my husband.
He's your husband.
I mean, it's been at this point. July 15th is 16 years.
Wait a second.
It is 16 years on July 15th.
Back up for the audience. So
Yeah.
we've known each other pushing 20. Because I've known you.
We've known each other at least since 2004, 2005. Yes.
Okay, so 20 years, and I've known Peyton obviously since the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys are 16 years.
We will be 16 years July 15th.
Okay, so a year longer than Samantha now. Okay, that's important
Yeah.
for the audience because that's a long relationship. You know what I mean?
I mean, and it's a gay relationship. So multiply that by 2.5. And that's what the actual real number of years it has been. Or at least that's what it feels like, right?
It's like 7, like dog years.
It's like doggy. It's at 2.5.
That's why I take a cat. We have 9 lives.
But anyway, he calls me in a panic, and I'm just thinking to myself, what else is gonna go wrong with everything, with the luck that we've had lately, right? Sure enough, he's gotten into a car accident, and so I'm just like, oh God, like, all right. First of all, I was like, are you okay, right? Make sure he's good. He's like, he's good, but apparently a guy was coming out of his parking structure of his building or whatever, and he didn't see him coming, and so he kind of like hit him on the passenger side.
What just happened when?
This happened a week or two ago.
Wow.
We haven't been able to film in a while, so I've been sitting on this one.
Now I know
I've
why.
been sitting on this one.
Wow.
So
That sucks.
so yeah, he hit him, and he's like, and he called me, and I wanted to check to make sure he was okay, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, it's down the street, it's on Gardner and Sunset. I was like, okay, well that's literally like a 5-10 minute walk from our place, and I hope this doesn't come across as sounding bad, but I was like, okay, are you okay?
I hope it does.
No. I'm like,
I hope it's racist,
basically-
provocative, homophobic.
Basically, I was like, well, what do you need? Because my thought was, okay, you've had this accident, you're okay. Maybe you're a little bit frazzled, okay. But
I know what your first thought was. Is the car okay?
No. That wasn't my first thought. My first thought was like, well, what do you need me to do? Like, do you want me to come down there and
Like, why are you calling me? What do you want from me? I'm busy.
It's not. It wasn't exactly that. It wasn't exactly that. It wasn't exactly that. It was more like
something in there in the vicinity of.
It was more.
Bro, I'm busy.
It was more like what can I mean, I guess I could walk down to you and be there, but
Right.
I don't know.
I mean,
why would I
obviously-
insert myself? I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened. I can't really do anything. I guess the goal was to call me to just let me know that he was okay and the accident happened, and maybe he wanted me to come and comfort him in some way. So maybe that's what it was. But we're very different people. My thought process is like, if I had an accident, I would let him know. I wouldn't expect him to like come, because it's like, I can handle it. It's not a
Yeah, you'd let him know, and of course,
I'd let him know.
You'd be like, "Are you okay, babe?" And
Yeah.
and moving on, right?
Yeah, and then
unless
move
it's
on.
something serious, of course.
And I'd be like, let me know if you need something. Like, tell me what you need if you need something.
Right.
That's not even the complaint, right? That's not even the complaint. He got into an accident. He's fine. The car, we were able to drive the car home, because like I said, it was just down the street. And the passenger side was banged up. I couldn't open the front passenger side door. I had to go in through the back, and he drove home very carefully down Sunset, by the way. And so we get home, we park the car. He's handling all the stuff with insurance and everything, and so we have to get this rental car. The accident was caused by the other driver. I don't know if that has actually been determined yet, but based on what Peyton told me, that's
And it's such a shit show in LA. Everybody now gets involved in lawyers.
It's a lot, right? So I'm like, okay.
Such a headache, dude.
And so a friend comes and like grabs him, and he goes and gets the car, and I'm like, are you gonna get an electric car? Because that's what I want, right?
Car.
Yeah, rental car, yeah.
The
insurance is covering whatever.
Of course, exactly, yeah.
And I think it's like 40. They give you like $40 a day or something like that.
For you guys who don't know, gas is like $6 a gallon in California.
It's ridiculous. I'm sure it's even worse like in Hawaii and other places like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he gets this car. It's a Corolla. I don't know what year it is. Toyota Corolla 4-door. It's down the street, on the street right now. And so I get in this car. I know, right? Probably. Set that timer. So we have the car, and I drive the car for the first time to the gym, and I'm like revving it up to go. And I'm like, this gasoline car, which we're going to have to put gasoline in like every few days, has no get up and go. I'm spoiled now to the point where I'm used to that throttle of the electric car. So it's like I have no power. I feel like I'm in a car from like the 80s or something. You know what I mean? And so like, you know how people drive in LA. So when I'm like trying to get over into lanes and do all that kind of stuff, I don't have the speed and the torque and the power that I used to have with my electric car. And my understanding is they're waiting on a part, as they always need to wait on a part when that kind of stuff happens.
Course, yeah.
So the car's been gone now for like 2.5 weeks, maybe more, and we're driving this little Corolla that has no get up and go, and I'm just over it. That's my complaint, and I don't know when we're going to get our car back.
You have no idea when you're going to get the car back?
I have no idea when we're going to get our car back. Wow. And I'm hands off with that. I'm letting him handle all of that because, he was there. It happened to him. So, and plus my plate is plenty full. So
I hope he's compensating you with making you dinner, lunch, breakfast for all this ordeal he's putting you through.
Well, it's more so. It's not like he's putting me through it. It's because I don't really. I'm technically unemployed at the
Fucking
moment.
Peyton, what are you thinking, man?
So I don't necessarily have to go anywhere in the car except to the gym, which I can walk to the gym, right? And then every now and then when I book an event, I'll go and work an event. But
by the way, for you guys who don't know, Peyton is like the most. I don't know, like. I've never seen he's like the most level-headed guy.
Oh no! He's had his moments.
I've never seen him pissed. Like,
yeah,
he's just always like Peyton.
He's had his moments.
He does have his moments.
He has his moments.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's different now. We've gone into this whole meditation space and this spiritual space, and he's taken it a lot further than I have. So
Peyton is like, for you guys who don't know, like he can maybe insert a picture. He's like the white version of him. Like he looks like like a
white
Greek
version
god.
of me.
Yeah, like a Greek god, all muscle and shit, like perfect skin, perfect hair.
Oh, he's gonna love you. He's gonna love you when he watches this.
That's the one thing. I've never fucking seen Peyton once with a bad hairdo.
Oh, okay. Well, I can agree with that.
Okay.
I can agree with that 100%.
You guys are probably looking at a picture of Peyton right now, and he always has his hair styled perfectly. The skin is always like, smooth, like modelly looking, but he's never had a bad hairdo.
Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves out here. We're gay. we're gay men. We have to, it's all about the physical. But the one thing that you mentioned a second ago that I wanted to comment on was you mentioned, hopefully he's doing all these things for me. The thing is like, he always does those things for me. Like he takes care of me like 100%. One of the things that no, hold on. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this one because this is another complaint that I have. We'll save it for the next episode. But anyway, that's my complaint.
See you next week.
Yeah. What about yours?
Oh man, you know it's funny. My complaint is actually right in the vein of what you're talking about, car accident. I didn't even put the two together. I'm driving through LA lately, and man, have you noticed like the whole city has become a lawyer billboard?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, listen, I always try to play both sides, right? And uh, part of me, of course, is like right off the bat, well, listen, it's a capitalist free country, and if you can afford to rent all these billboards and do it, God bless you. I mean, that's the whole point, and nothing against that. But there's also part of me, man. I mean, if I see another Sweet James picture, I'm gonna fucking throw up.
That sounds familiar to me.
It's a guy with the beard, and he looks like his parents were brother and sister, and
Your
it's like
go-to.
Sweet James, and like, but it doesn't matter. Nothing against him, look, I'm talking about him, but
Hey, it's working.
hey, it's working. Yeah, you know what? I got it. In his case, it's actually working against. For me personally, I will not go to him. He
Okay.
creeps me out. So people say there's nothing like bad publicity. Bad publicity is good publicity. I disagree. Something about him makes me not want to go to him. But that's just me.
Well, I think that's like an old school thing that people used to say, like back in the heyday of movie and films. Because right now you have to pay a publicist to get your name
Yeah.
out there and do those types of things. So anytime you get free publicity, they would say it's good publicity. But you're absolutely 100% correct.
No, yeah, you're absolutely. And the thing is, like, dude, I mean, I noticed too now in Alabama and Florida when I was there for my flight training and shit. But man, the whole city is just one. For you who don't know, California is the most litigated place on the globe. I mean, it's crazy. And sadly, what you permit, you promote. And we're at fault for that because we allowed everybody, oh, you looked at me the wrong way lawsuit. And of course, it's going very well, hence why lawyers are advertising. They wouldn't be advertising if business was shitty. But that's a whole different story. The thing is, though, have you noticed just how the whole freaking city just looks like a freaking billboard, dude? A lawyer billboard?
The funny
It's
thing
like
about
accident
that,
this, accident that. Oh, my mic. Accidente this, accidente this. I'm like, dude, it's just, I mean, it's just one big lawyer billboard dump.
the funny thing about that though is like if it's not a lawyer billboard, I mean, we are, as I open the show, like in the
Then
heart
it's
of
a
the
movie
entertainment
billboard,
industry.
yeah.
It's like a movie, or it's like a Netflix. It's this or that. But the funny thing about that as well is like all these lawyer billboards, they're wanting you to look. I think there's like more to it than that, and this might sound like crazy, but like if you're like driving and you see this billboard and it catches your eye, and you take your eyes off the road for 1 second looking at this billboard, bam, accident. The billboard worked for them. They have a new client. And oh yeah, that was who was that? Sweet James. What did you call it? Sweet James or whatever it is. You're like that was the last thing you saw. You're like, let me call this guy, accident and injury attorney.
I never look how conditioned we have become. He's totally right. He bring up a good point. But you know what else? Another thing, every lawyer is somehow number one.
Yeah. No, well,
Have you noticed every lawyer? $10 billion last month, number one. They're not number one in LA. They're all number one in the world, number one in the country.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I'm like, oh wow, you're number one. Oh wow, you're number one too. Oh shit, you're number one. Wow, you're all number ones. That's
well, but some of these offices, they have offices in all over the country.
Yeah.
So obviously, like all those.
Well,
numbers
there's so
add up
much
together.
fine print. There's so much fine print.
Yeah.
Too. That's like me saying, me and Samantha.
Try reading the fine print on the billboard while you're driving.
We're number one realtors last month
Were ya?
in this zip code with respect to homes between 2 and 3 million.
Hey, I mean, if you can sell it and it works, use it.
Being a couple that's interracial, Chinese American and white immigrant, if there's so much fucking fine print, I'm sure I'm number one in something.
Yeah, you probably are. Yeah.
Hey, this is the number one show.
Yeah.
For people,
The
for
number one
5
show
people or
filmed
less.
here. Stupid.
For 5 people or less watching it, we're number one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Well, guys, we're gonna try something new, a little slightly new.
I like it.
And we're gonna have this segment that we're gonna do quite often, and it's basically gonna be the entirety of the show, and it's just Marko and Theo just shooting the shit.
I like it.
So we have these topics, whether they are current events or things like that are going on that we're just going to toss out to each other and get each other's opinion on. And we'd love to hear from you guys
I'm getting comfy.
Yeah, get comfortable because it's going to get good. It's going to get real good. But leave your comments, leave your questions, leave your opinions in the comments section because we'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these topics too. And I would actually like to start off discussing the Diddy verdict, which came out yesterday. And I think the sentencing I'm not sure when the sentencing is.
Well,
going
it's supposed
to
be in October, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
October?
he's getting sentenced on 2 out of freaking. I mean,
Right.
They're calling it the most expensive prostitution trial because that's all it was.
Yeah.
You know, because the 3 main bread and butter counts are he's not guilty. So basically,
Well, for those of you who didn't follow it, I'm just going to break it down for you guys to see what ended up happening. So the verdict breakdown was he was acquitted of the most serious charges, which were racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. And he was convicted of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. And these stem from the trips involving his ex-girlfriend Cassie and another woman referred to as Jane. So this is how it could break down as far as like sentencing goes. Each prostitution-related conviction carries up to 10 years in prison, potentially totaling 20 years.
Now, in real life, they're saying he might not even serve a day because he's already time served and.
Well, how long has he been away?
Dude, it's been over a year, I think.
That's been a year.
Yeah, no, it's been a while, man.
Time flies, dude.
Time flies, and even if he gets something, it's going to be minimal. So he's basically done. He's out.
Oh, in my notes. So he's actually been in jail since September of 2024. So it's not quite been a year.
Almost okay.
Almost
so
a year.
10 months. Call it
9 months behind bars.
Wow.
And I think they requested bail.
He'll get it. He hasn't gotten it just yet, but he might, because they're coming back at the court being like, look, he didn't get convicted of the serious stuff. It's just prostitution. The guy already is in jail. You have his passport. I mean, he's not going to go at this point anywhere knowing he's going to get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
He'd be an idiot to flee. I wouldn't be surprised if this time next week he's out.
I just want to ask the question for anyone that has been following this, because I haven't. We talked about it before in the past as far as it relates to like Cassie and that type of thing. But is anyone surprised? Marko, are you surprised at the outcome of this trial? Before you answer, I didn't follow it super close.
I'm like you. I heard what I heard.
Yeah.
It was it was all over the freaking place.
It was just like it was overkill. It was like too much.
Yeah, it was too much.
Obviously, because he is who he is, that is going to be the case. As much money as he has, I'm sure he still has a lot of money. I mean,
no,
he didn't spend that much money on covering his legal team or whatever. But my question was, are you surprised at the outcome? And if you are, why? I'm not surprised at the outcome, just because here we are in another situation where someone who's powerful, has a lot of money, and is able to, get themselves into a situation that they can buy themselves out of. And so with these lesser charges that he has, let's say, what did they say, that it was potentially totaling 20 years as far as like the prostitution-related conviction? He's not going to get 20.
He's going to get dude, I'm telling you, he's not going to serve maybe another 6 months in jail, if that much, Am I surprised? You know what, Theo? I would love to be. I wish I was. But the reality is, when you have money, man, I don't want to. Well, no, you actually can't get away with murder, OJ. But
oh yeah, very true.
Yeah, but
Wait a minute, did Phil Spector get away? I don't remember that.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No,
that's right. I remember watching that documentary.
I'm not surprised because I'm not surprised. But remember, it's a double-edged sword. What makes a place great is also what makes it bad, and vice versa, right? Good and bad. Look, it just bugs me because he's a piece of shit. Oh, wow. And, when you watch that footage, it's tough. Now, what surprises me, I will tell you what surprises me, is that of a prosecution let this case fail. Okay, you don't bring a racketeering case, for you who don't know, you don't bring a racketeering case, a RICO case, against somebody unless it's a slam dunk. I mean, unless you really feel good about it. Mm-hmm. So these guys came with some major charges against him, and this guy got away with basically 2 misdemeanors, if you will. Okay? So I think the issue here is like Fox was saying the other day, it's not Diddy getting off. This is how... this is embarrassing for
Right.
prosecution. This is basically, they're calling it the most expensive prostitution trial in New York history, because that's all at the end it was. He got found guilty on 2 prostitution charges, and the 2 things that don't matter, if you know what I mean, of course. So that's what bugs me, man. Is like, how did you guys manage to f this up?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well, I just feel like in obviously, like, in the court of public opinion, like, his career is down the drain, and he dragged some people along with him. I feel like big names that came out, and people were like, oh, this person was involved. Oh, this person was involved, and so there's always going to be this, like, some kind of, like, mystery or confusion around some of the other people that were pulled into this whole situation. A lot of people are going to suffer. Their careers are going to suffer for this. And
you know what really bugs me? The freaking support he has outside.
Who's supporting him?
Well, there's hundreds of people outside with signs saying, Frico.
Oh, you mean like everyday people?
Yeah, like Frico doesn't mean Rico, and of course his mom.
Frico doesn't mean Rico.
Yeah, that's what they were holding. You know what I mean? And of his mom and kids. His son right now is accused of all kinds of rape and stuff. Mom, you raised a good kid there. But that's.
Well, he's a piggy bank. Do you think those people are gonna go against him?
Of course not.
They're not going to go against him, and he employs however many people that he employs and will continue to employ. Yeah. Those people are only going to speak. They're never going to speak ill of him because that's their livelihood, and I get that.
Well,
I
apparently he's
100%.
dangerous. He tried to witness tamper, and he's that kind of guy that will find you, and if you.
Oh, I believe it 100%.
Yeah, no,
100%.
The guy's a wannabe mafia guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, am I surprised? No, I'm surprised more at the prosecution. Failing. I think that's what everybody's really talking about. It's just like, okay, and I don't know who the New York AG is or anymore. Is it still Albin or whatever? I don't know, but that's just a big failure, man.
I'm just interested to see what he's going to get, and
whatever he gets is not enough.
I mean, I agree with you 100%, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen and how the world responds.
Yep. How do you guys feel about it is what I want to know.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
I think this should be unanimous. We all hate him.
I mean, I don't hate anybody. I mean,
I hate
people make mistakes. Yeah. It is what it is.
When I saw
mistakes.
No. When I saw that hotel footage.
Oh, the cast. Yes.
No. I am fully capable of hating. You know why? Because I'm the most loving person in the world, and I believe you cannot have one without the other, right? So if you might not experience it and never put yourself in a situation of that. But the more you can love, for every action is an equal opposite reaction, right? Newton said. I tell you, when I saw that hotel video, I have no problem saying I hate him. If he died in a car crash today, my day would be just fine.
I think that would be the case for most people.
I'll continue on this vodka tonic.
I will say, though, I feel like, who is it, Johnson & Johnson that makes that baby oil? I mean, there's gonna be a close eye being kept on him as far as, like, what is being shipped to his home.
Wow.
Wow.
That was legitimately funny out of left field, man, or right field.
I mean, hey,
Well, I'm wishing him dead
baby
in a car crash, and he goes, "Well, baby Johnson oil." Johnson. You think people that's going to hurt the brand or help the brand?
Hell, I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, have you ever used baby oil?
No, I think I'll keep it that way.
Okay.
But I have a good thing for you. Ready?
What's that?
And here comes the next big topic. So, Jeff Bezos' wedding in Venice.
Okay.
And all the hatred and stuff. And I get it. Listen, I don't know why people hate him. I think that, anybody given the choice, if they could be him and have his bank account, they would say yes. The guy earned it fair and square. That doesn't mean you have to like him. This guy suffered, worked in a garage with his ex-wife. They worked 30-hour days. They sacrificed. Their children suffered because of it. They built a business. It turns out, and don't give me this, he's not a fair. No business is fair. Business are competitive. Business is ruthless. I've been in it. I built the business. It's nothing nice. And the guy is now enjoying the fruits of his labor?
Yes, the fruits of his labor off of other people's backs, yes.
Well, isn't everybody so is Tim Cook, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Listen, Tim Cook makes $200 million and the phones are assembled by kids. I'm saying everyone's equally dirty. I'm not trying to, but listen, I got to give the guy respect. He's not out there like Leo, chasing 19-year-olds and 21-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The guy picked the woman he loves. Everybody's giving her a hard time. Of course, when they're not in your favor, then it's okay to bash women.
What do they call? She's
Lauren
is she
Sanchez.
She's like age appropriate.
Age appropriate. Okay.
Age appropriate.
Okay. The guy picked a lady. She's a single mom. She's a Latina. She was in the men's world in the journalism. Had a tough time. Fought her way through. Fought her way up. As a millionaire in her own right. Whatever. God bless. Women have it harder in a man-dominated business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy picked, everybody's like, oh, he's going to pick some 20-year-old. And the guy picked somebody who doesn't fit the narrative, so respect to that, all that matters is, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. He has to love her. Apparently they're in love with each other. And they're going to Venice, and they're bringing huge business there. Doesn't matter where they go. It's not about Venice. They can go to New York, Chicago. Doesn't matter. So, if the guy has the money and wants to spend $10 million on his wedding, just like if you said, hey, I just want to go down to City Hall and spend $50 on getting wet. That's his right. I don't understand the hatred. And if you're going to hate him, man, I can think of 100 people right off the top that I can hate more, like a P. Diddy we just talked about.
Yeah.
If you really want to hate, what did Jeff Bezos do to you? And by the way, how can I hate when I'm on Amazon every single day ordering something?
Yes.
Okay, just so you understand, if a day goes by where I don't order something on Amazon, I get depressed.
It's an addiction.
It's an addiction.
Man. 100.
All I can think about is this show to be over so I can go on Amazon and order something.
Pull out your phone and order something now.
And it's convenient. It's same-day delivery. Amazon Prime,
sometimes,
or next day, if you
yeah.
have Prime. Amazon Prime Video is fantastic. Everything. I just ordered something for the cats, and it's going to be here at 5 p.m.
What'd
today.
you get for the cats?
Oh, like a little wall mount.
Oh, okay.
They have a better life than me. So listen, I get it. But is it really justified? What are your thoughts?
Is it justified that people hate him?
Yeah, or just in general, the whole wedding thing. I'm specific, not him. In the whole, it's a big conversation. Talk about him. I'm talking about the wedding in Venice, and people protesting. Like, bitch, he's bringing fucking $10 million worth of business to your city.
Okay, before I talk about the wedding, I just want to talk about my own little personal experience with Amazon and why I am
ordering something every day from it?
I don't order. listen. I don't order something every day, but I do order from Amazon. I do try to. I do try to find things that I need from other sources aside from Amazon, but that becomes a little bit more challenging,
right.
and things are a bit more expensive,
Yep.
and that's why Amazon is crushing smaller businesses.
No, they are.
And
they are.
One of my experiences was when I was moving into like the e-commerce realm, I decided that I wanted to do FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. You've seen that before. You know what that is,
Yep.
right? So basically, Peyton and I went into business, and there's software that you can use that lets you know what products are in demand, and it gives you recommendation on products that you should try to put up on Amazon and sell, that you could kind of like level out the competition a little bit. And so then you go through the whole process of getting somebody over in China to manufacture these products for you, and then you have to work with the freight forwarder and get them here, and then Amazon FBA tells you, make sure you have them ship them to this facility, blah, 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 blah. So we went through that whole entire process, and we were really excited about it. And so we had our first product, and it was these, the little cups that you go to weddings, and they have the little 9-ounce, unfortunately at that time, this was years ago, plastic cups, right? But they're like nice plastic cups. They have like the silver around the rim and the gold, rose gold, whatever.
It looks nice.
Yeah, they're nice, right?
Nice,
so that was our first product, and we ordered a ton of them, had them shipped over. I don't remember which warehouse they were supposed to go to. They went to that warehouse, and they slowly started selling. They were selling. And I was like, oh, we picked a good product.
Let me guess, that's good. Amazon. The moment you become big, they shut you down and freaking...
I'm getting to that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So, I mean, we were competing against other people that were selling that type of product too, but like we decided, let's mix it up and let's do a different color rim because nobody had like black colored rims. And I was like, for weddings and stuff like that, I don't think black is a color for a lot of weddings, but like, whatever. We'll give it a shot.
A golf
funerals. Who knows?
Yeah.
So we did it, had it. They were selling. They were starting to sell well, and so we were getting money back. And we're like, let's do another one. So we found another product, and it was like we were told 16-ounce cups, like coffee cups, paper cups. And to do one better, we found this manufacturer in China, and they did like these really nice, fancy, like cork-covered coffee cups. So you don't need one of those little things that you put on to keep the coffee warm. So spent like $10,000. getting these manufactured, and because of their size, it was hard because we were doing like bundles of 100 with lids.
Yeah.
It was hard to it was very expensive to like ship them to people's homes.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. It happened. We had them. They were stored somewhere, and we were sending some out free to people so they could get they could like leave reviews or whatever. And all of a sudden, there was like a cancellation on our account where they stopped us from selling products. And we're like, well, what did we do? Like, we didn't do anything. We followed the procedures. And so here I am for like the 10,000th time trying to get a hold of a real life person to be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Why is our account canceled? Why can't we sell? Why can't we sell? And that was really damaging to us financially, you know? And so that is always there on my mind when I think about Amazon. And if it happened to me, I'm sure that it happened to thousands of other people out there. And hold on before you say one more thing. I'm going to get to the wedding thing. Amazon has their own, they have these products that are, I guess you want to call them white label.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, you know, you have the company, the Q-tip company. I think that's Johnson & Johnson that actually makes Q-tips. But Amazon will have their own called Amazon Basics or whatever it is. So they compete with the people that they're allowing to be up on their platform. And because they drop their prices dramatically in comparison to what you would get if you were to go with, like, let's say the name brand that everyone in the world knows.
Sure, what Theo is saying, if you invent something that's really popular, Amazon will just build it themselves and then undercut it. But isn't that true in every business, right?
I know, but you're putting these people up on your platform, and then you're like undercutting them. It's fucked up. And so that's why there's all these businesses that have failed. Because of Amazon. So I don't agree with their practices. And like I said, whenever Amazon's easy. It's on your phone. You click whatever it is. Everything is there. Everything that you need is there, right?
And tech companies do the same thing. You know, when something becomes very popular or big, like for example in AI, like Google, Apple will go buy them up right away. Yeah. Before it even become a competition. It's really effed up, but it's sadly fair capitalistic business practice. You know, I know of many companies that my friends started up, and the moment they become potentially successful or something interesting, they also at the same time become a threat. Yes. And then of course, Apple. You want to buy out the threat. Dude, if you look at Apple's portfolio, man, or they own like thousands of these little startups, so that if they actually become something, they own them. Another thing is patents, all kinds of messed up.
But you know what? Okay, do that. Capitalism, great. But like, pay your fucking fair share of taxes then.
That's a different
story.
Pay
your fucking. We don't even have to go down that rabbit hole. But it's just frustrating to me. But as far as the wedding goes, I agree with you about people were complaining about them being there. They're putting money into the local economy of Venice. They're shedding. I mean, Venice is Venice. Everybody knows Venice, but they're shedding light onto this. However old town this is. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, and you're shedding a light and maybe helping to bring more tourism into Venice.
The guy they were saying is bringing like $50 million worth of business between these celebrities coming, of course the attention and what are you complaining about? I mean, let the guy have his wedding. He earned it. You don't like him, that's okay, but where do you have the time to go out and protest?
They can't really. If they're upset with somebody, they should be upset with the people that they allowed them to, book the venue, book whatever it is.
There you go.
Who's going to say no to Jeff Bezos' money? Yeah. Nobody.
Who's going to say no to that? And the funny thing is, the very people that are complaining about it, they would do it themselves if they
had the money.
Are you kidding? Listen, man. If I had 300 billion, what is he worth? I don't even know. Yeah. You don't think I would go and freaking rent out a whole freaking town for a wedding? I mean, just out of the pure principle of it, right? The guy makes $1 million a second. Maybe you should be in the garage building a business. Where do you find the time to hate on the freaking guy?
Well, we're talking about people hating in Venice. Now, was this? These were the local people in Venice, right? Or just people outside from even just the U.S. looking in and being like, "Why are you?"
No. Well, I think it's a little bit of everything. They came from all over Europe to protest, and everybody's outraged, and I'm like, dude. Like 19 kids got slaughtered this morning in the Congo, I was reading, man. Where do you have the fucking time to be upset about the guy getting married, Like, if you don't like it, just don't buy Amazon, and it's a free country. But I'm trying to say, you're going out of your way to go to Venice to protest. Like, do you understand you have zero effect? Right. Do you understand that it's like...
money is the power.
Yeah, it's like the No Kings demonstration. Hey, you understand you're not changing anything. Right. Not only that, but you're preaching to the people that already agree with you. So you're going to Venice with a cardboard... screw Bezos, he's rich and entitled, getting married. Like, do you understand how big of a waste of time that is? If there's a waste of time, that is it, right?
Well, if they have the time, I don't have the time.
Yeah,
But
okay, you know what I mean?
speaking about the whole thing with Venice and people protesting, I am an absolute huge fan of Spain, the country. I love it, and
Spain's cool joint.
it's a beautiful place.
Yeah,
I love it.
cool, yeah.
Beautiful people, delicious food, beautiful weather, and recently this was something that was highlighted in the news. I want to say maybe a summer or two ago, where the people in Spain were complaining about tourism and how many people were like, because the boats come in to Barcelona and like so the town gets flooded, but like you're getting flooded with people that are coming there to spend money, and in protest, the people were shooting tourists, and you can spot a tourist from a mile away,
course,
right? We're shooting
Especially
the
the
tourists.
Germans.
We're shooting the tourists with water guns, and the joke was like, "Shoot me with the water gun. It's fucking hot. Like, help cool me down, right?" So then I'm just bringing this up because it's like people are protesting because with this wedding, it's bringing it's probably bringing in a ton of people that aren't local to the area, and making, I don't know, maybe getting a reservation at your favorite restaurant more challenging, or maybe whatever it is it's doing.
But it's like, dude, it's Barcelona. Your whole city lives on tourism.
Yes.
You understand? There's no reason to go to Barcelona outside of it being Barcelona with respect to a tourist place.
It's beautiful. I would live there 100%.
Just say
quickly.
thank you and that you have a job and that people come. Dude, you should be complaining if people don't come.
Yeah. It's just interesting to me that people are you're basically biting off the hand that feeds you, because I mean, I'm sure Barcelona has I don't know what their like main economy is. I mean, I assume that it would be tourism.
That's like Vegas complaining people come.
Yeah.
People are so dumb, dude. But anyway,
I have a question.
I'll be out of
for
here.
you.
You go on, and I'll be out.
No. I have a question for you. Because I just wanted your opinion on this.
I'm dying. Okay, we're gonna close on a strong note. I love it.
Okay, so recently it was all over the papers, right? Like Kris Jenner, we all know Momager, Kris Jenner. She had kind of disappeared for a while, right? We hadn't seen her.
Yeah, she was a little bit of MIA.
She kind of disappeared, and then she came back.
Yeah.
And she showed up, and the face was snatched. Right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she had gone away, and she had gotten some work done, and
it was famous guy.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't tell people who it was.
Oh, they found out it's a guy in New York.
I don't remember who the guy. I don't remember what the doctor's name was. But they did find out who it was. She didn't want to I think that she didn't want to say who it was, because in that sense because I'm sure she had to pay for it. I don't think they would give it to her for free. Because if she had said who it was, then they would have given it to her for free, right? She's probably like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just pay.
I think she was trying to make it exclusive.
Right.
Everybody was like, oh my God, who's the guy that's doing all that work? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So, so she got this procedure done. She looks like, I want to say, maybe 20 years younger.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how old she is. I think she's like 69, 70.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit north of that.
Yeah.
And so my question to you, Marko,
all right,
because I already know my answer to this question. If you could have, money was no object, and you could have any plastic surgery procedure done for yourself, what would it be? And you can't say I wouldn't have anything done, because
I would shorten my penis.
You would shorten your penis. So then you'd have nothing. So then you'd have nothing. It's a vagina, basically. It's an Audi.
I can see that being part of the teaser, right?
Right.
Oh my God.
No, but I'm curious to know. You're a handsome man, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
What?
Very kind.
Because I always said to myself, if I go to a plastic surgeon, I'm going to say, tell me what you think I need. But that's probably the biggest mistake that you could ever make, right? So take a few moments and think about it. I'll go ahead and tell you what mine is if you're not ready.
Go for it.
Okay, so for me, I feel like I've always, because I was a little chunky kid when I was in 5th grade. I was eating fucking Little Debbie Star Crunch every day, Grizzly ice cream bars.
I'm trying to picture him big, you know.
No, that's how I gained my weight. And then one day my mom was like, you need to, and so she wasn't harsh about it, but she was just like a concerned parent, right?
Fair enough.
And then my older brother was working out, so that's how I got into working out, blah, 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 blah. Even still, with all these years of working out, and I've been working out for 30 years. Yep. Oh my God. I've been working out for a long time consistently. And my trouble areas is always my lower back. And I always felt like if I could do anything plastic surgery wise, even though it sounds crazy to say that I would have liposuction, or maybe there's some other way to do it. Maybe there's like
because he already has a perfect body. So
maybe there's like some kind of like sculpting, sculpting or something like that they do.
So
But I would have lower back.
You're talking very, I mean, like nitpicky kind of.
Yeah, because I mean, I see guys, and you know, you go to these events and these gay events, these guys have their shirt off, and I always look at these low backs, and I'm like, man, his low back is really nice because you can like see the musculature and everything, and it's perfect, and it's like the waist is small, and I'm like, that's probably something that I would have done.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No, I would. At some point, I don't know, man. You know, you get older, the eye bags start coming in. Okay. You know, that's something probably minor. I already do Botox. You know, it's helped me a lot with my migraines, and I love it. I mean, the side effect of that is also that your forehead makes you look younger.
You
right?
Botox on your butthole?
Yeah.
You know they do that, right?
No, I know.
They do that.
No, I know they do.
That's crazy.
My dermatologist told me about it. He's like, he calls it scrotox, but I forget what we're talking about. Yeah. Because my dermatologist is gay, you know, and he's the nicest guy, and he told me about it. Yeah, people really do that.
Oh my god! Needle on my butthole, I couldn't imagine.
I can't imagine. No. I know. Thanks.
The pain,
dude. Even here, there's like certain spots you don't feel. And then others where it's like, oh fuck! Even when they ice it and you know.
Payne has done my Botox before, actually. Did I tell you that?
Really?
He's done it. He's done it twice.
Fuck.
That's another story.
Oh
but I was like, because I was paying like $350 for Botox, and I know it's every 3 to 4 months, but
3 months.
You work out, it doesn't last. It metabolizes faster.
Correct. But, and I do it to a way where still, as you can see, I have, you know, natural kind of little bit movement. You know, you can do it to the point where, of course.
I need some now, actually.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I go on the 90th day like clockwork. You know, every time I do Botox, I already have the next session booked. The one thing I would do is probably my nose. I would thin it a little bit. I always hated my nose. And again,
what would you do to it?
I would kind of narrow it a little bit.
Oh, so you don't want to breathe. So you don't want to breathe. Okay.
You know, and it's funny how people, you know, it's funny. It actually leads to another funny thing. You know, people, how you see something yourself you don't like, but other people can say, oh, it's like really beautiful, you know.
You live with it your whole life.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dude, I would narrow the nose. The rest of the face I'm okay with. But the nose and the eye bags. And I think, you know, now they're making so much progress with this, you know, with these. I mean, look at her. She looks good.
It's amazing, yeah.
She looks good.
I'll give it to her.
And listen, I hate to admit it, but you got to give credit where credit is due.
Money can't buy you class, but it can buy you a new face,
no,
right?
and let's not start talking about class with that family.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there because it'll get real ugly fast. But look, the guy who did the work did a great job. Yeah. She looks amazing. The question is just, where do you stop, you know? But that's a whole different topic, you know. But look,
she'll keep going until she's dead, probably. All that whole family.
I think so too.
One thing that I
agree.
That I didn't think about until just now when you said that was when I was a young child, and maybe I'll share this story another episode. I got burned when I was younger with hot water. So
I remember that. Yeah, the scar.
So that would be something. I think obviously it's probably way too late.
Easy though now.
Well, it's probably way too late now. I don't know, but
you'd be surprised. My dermatologist. You know what? It's one of those. It could be, or you'll be shocked that this is like a 2-minute thing now. And why do I say that?
That'd be nice.
I had something done and I had no idea. Apparently, the cat. Oh, you're so cute. The laser technology is apparently at a level that's unheard of. And literally, the guy showed me before and after picture in some booklets for some patients. You know, just of course, you know, no faces, just the area of work that I consented to showing. And fucking hell, dude, there were scars this big. Like, you know, when you have a surgery scar that's like bump.
Yeah.
Completely gone. Completely fucking gone. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was Photoshop. And he did something on my knee, gone, like it was never there. Like literally like Photoshop before and after, you would think it's fake. And apparently those new laser technologies, I wouldn't be surprised if they can get completely rid of that.
I mean, I've basically been living with this my entire life, so it's right now. So it doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
It bothers me. Get rid of it.
Please. And on that note, we'll leave it there. And so you'd get that nose done, okay? Great. Yeah. Let's work on that. Let's work on that first.
I want to look like Kim.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Follow us on all of our social media channels at yourenotmytypebro. That's on Instagram. That's on the what's the other one that we have?
YouTube.
That's YouTube, Instagram,
Facebook.
YouTube.
We got some good
We don't have
episodes
Facebook,
coming.
actually.
We don't have Facebook?
We don't have Facebook.
I don't even use
but
Facebook.
maybe we'll do that. I don't.
But Instagram is the main one, and
Instagram is the main one.
We got some great episodes coming. I'll tell you that, man.
Oh yeah,
Really
we have
good
some
stuff.
surprises for you guys,
Yeah.
and also YNMTB Show, and that is on Twitter, on X, and you can also email us asking us questions at yourenotmytypebro@gmail.com. We'll be sure to respond and hopefully maybe read off one of your questions on the show.
Yeah, and I really got to hear how people feel about the whole Diddy thing.
I mean,
I got to hear that. Yeah.
What I'd be more interested in hearing is someone who like is a supporter of Diddy, who could just like drop in the comments.
Oh yeah.
Drop in the comments that you're a supporter of his, and explain to us exactly why. No judgments. We just want to know why.
Well, no, I'll judge you.
No, well, he'll judge you.
Oh, I love judging.
He'll judge you. I just want to know why you feel that way.
Judging is so much fun, man.
I mean, it's the first thing we do when we see someone, right? It is the very first thing
Especially when
we
you see a guy beat a wife like a piece of flesh, or a woman like a piece of flesh, then drag her and then kick her on the floor. I mean, that I like judging.
Well, so if you support that, then let us know that you support that,
God bless
and we'll
you.
discuss it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.